Remember, it used to be right over there. Remember, we did up this floor, and now we're back to frame this shower. Now I want to point out some things here that I find very interesting. Somebody thought that it was quality work to use this as a support. Look at how many screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 screws as a support for this shower backing. Now, is that that's not how Jack would build it. Anyways, so what we're doing, we're going to reframe this for the shower, put some towel bar holders, and then remove this mirror. And cut this drywall across, get rid of this casing, and put a new sheet of drywall going all the way across. And then take this behemoth out. So, without further ado, this is how we're going to tackle this. I'm going to basically come in here, cut this stud out, and notice how the end of this wall, look at that. What's the problem here? What's the problem, you ask? Well, the problem is there's only one stud. The end of every wall should be 2. So we're going to frame this all real nice like, and we're going to use the flex framer to nail it all together. Yeah, I know you see a Makita saw there, but that's all I had with me. And to be honest, I really love that little baby shark saw. Just for the sheer fact of how small it is and light, it's amazing. Don't get me wrong, the flex warm drive is really good too. But everything else in here, flex nailer, flex claw saw, flex drill. So we've already removed this plumbing pipe, which apparently there was a fire in this house at one point. Look at that. I just noticed that. I just noticed that there is soot on the stud, but I don't see it anywhere else. So I'm curious how that happened, but does it really matter? No. Let's get to dismantling some of this stuff. I'm going to set up the camera. I won't be able to see any comments, but you're free to leave them. We're going to get to work on this. First, we've got to take out. We might as well undo these screws. I don't know why. It's easier to undo screws than to cut through them. So, but I honestly can't believe that someone. Oh, sorry, 16 screws on that. That someone had cut this in half and then mended it together with a piece of wood and several screws. There's so many. Silly. Why do it that way? So we cut that. Cut that. Might as well use the baby bar want to catch one of these in the eye. Let's see how fast we can frame this up. So right now, I have this blocking to remove. And you see the blocking up here. You think we got a cat spot right now? Oh, there was just little bits of screws in there too. I can rip those out with the bar. Like, seriously, screws don't hold for shit. Look, see that right there? Those screws, this one. Did you know? Look at, what was that actually doing? I don't know if I was holding the camera straight enough for you guys, but screws don't hold for shit. And yeah, we're gonna remove this guy, pop those nails. So let's see what we can do here. What's the best way? The best way for you guys to see that. See, look at all the work I'm doing to show you all this magnificent framing. First of all, smack those nails up. Then I'm going to use trusty cat's claw. Hopefully this block's not glued. Won't be glued. Perfect. Because now we can use it as some kind of back. We're going to cut this stud here flush across the top of that. Actually, I should cut it. Yeah, I'm going to cut it flush, and then we're going to remove this one, and we'll put a stud on that side and a stud on that side. Let's do that. The only way we know how is with a sawzall. Right now. Let's go from. What's this angle get us? You get any? Yes, you get some visual there. Let's get we got this block that we're gonna use. All this useful wood. What we could do, we got this amazing Joby setup. The only problem is I can't see what you're looking at. And I can't see what I'm looking at. So I'm going to change this around. So we got this view. Be nice if it just changed. Look at that. Balancing on some electrical wire right now. There. So I'm going to run my sawzall along that edge. So try not to disturb the drywall on the other side. Let's set this up like this. I'm gonna move this again. This time. Oh, hang on. Just horses. We got this. Oh, will it stay? There. Okay. I don't exactly feel comfortable with that because it could fall. Let's do this. Oh, perfect. Now it can't fall. Alright. Then you guys get a better view. Look at what I'm doing for the viewers. It's for you guys. Hi, Natalie. Anyways, so here, let's clip this. I don't think that blade's sharp. I thought I brought my come on. Let's cut into that a little bit. I'm just gonna go grab another blade because that one is. I swear I brought one in. Unless I must have left it outside. I'll be right back. Okay, I got blades. I got blades. He's got blades. looks like a nice one. Let's use this blade. So it cuts through steel and wood. Now you'll notice I'll put the blade backwards. Like most people put it in the saw. Like that. Right? That's how most people do it. That's not the way Jack does it. He pulls it out, flips it around, in she goes. Now, drywall is not loose, so we'll do slide it behind it. Only because I know they've glued this drywall. And now to be able to smash that out. There. Off because I don't want to damage the other side. So, now that I got a better, a more easier area to access this, I can monitor how far the blade goes. And this way I'm not cutting the other side of the drywall. Do I need to really rip that off? No. But I'll cut it with a knife. Cut it with the knife. And look down here. Look at the blocks broke off. Let's give a tippy tap. Right? We can cut those nails. Or if you really want, you can pull them by looking at your hammer, bending it over, and doing it again. See how that nail is kind of like bent in? You can break it off, or you can pull it through. Right there, I pulled it through. Tap it down. Now you could have a grinder to cut that too. But also, so I don't break my hammer handle, it's already kind of been beaten up. But you're basically creating a see how that's should be able to do it again. Obviously don't look at the nail when you're doing it. Nice even surface to build on. We don't need the baby bar anymore. What we're gonna do is I've made marks for all my measurements. And I got 2 flat bars here. We don't need to. I'm gonna make a list of what I need to cut. And then we're gonna just cut it all, bring it in. That's how it's gonna happen. So this little piece of wood here, broke off, nice and clean. Alright. So check this out. Here we are. Take our first measurements here. We're going to add another stud to this. We might even try to straighten it a little bit. But, yeah. Evenly square. That's a line that blocks everything. Maybe I should just do one block. That's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to just run a block from here to here. And then put a cripple stud underneath. And then that way, the flex in this wall is going to be connected by a solid brace. So I'm just going to do this. 38 and 7/8 plus. So we'll scratch that out. 38. I always do it without saying 16ths because when we're framing a house, nobody's going to be like 15/16ths. But if you do actually want it, that's how I do it with people who don't know how to read 16ths on the job site. So 15/16, so 38, 15/16. I might actually have that in a piece of wood right here. Like I pulled this guy out of the wall. Oh, it's too short. Let's see if we got that in this piece. Too short too. Okay, no matter what, we are going to have to do this. So cut list is 38, 7/8 plus. We got 57 over here. I put a B frame, 57. We've got 15 and a half. I can cut that out of this stuff. B for backing. 22 and 3/8. I'm going to cut the studs after I put that piece in because I want it to be perfect. That's just how I am. So we got 22 and 3/8, that's backing. What else do we got? We got 12 and 7/8. 12 and 7/8 for that backing. Which I can pretty much cut out of all this stuff. We got some backing over here. 14, 3/8, 2 by 6. Times 2. Alright, first I'm going to cut what I can inside here using the scraps. And then we'll eliminate that out of the list. So let's do that. So I'll go with the biggest one, 22 and 3/8. This one's got a bunch of nails in the end. We've got a knot over here, so we're just going to cut the knot off. Measure. This one is 22 3/8. If you have a contractor come to your house who's not wearing a pouch, tell them to kick rocks. Just so you know. There's one. So we can take that off the list. 22 and 3, it's done. 12 and 7. 12 and 7. That could be a 12 and 7. Yeah. There's a knot on both ends. When I say a knot, a wood knot, it'd be hard to nail through. So let's get rid of that. We'll cut it. That one's off the list. We need 17 and a half. Let me take it out of this. Make everything square. That's off the list. You know what it could be? Can I size up my pieces for in the wall? Yeah, I could do that. That's roughly where I want it. Let's see if it's square. Square is higher. Square is there. Let's do this. Put my pencil on the actual line and move my square up to it. Mark it. Stud is going to go below that. So we know we can put 79 and 5/8. And we'll make that too. So we'll add that to the list because we've got a bunch of wood outside which you guys will accompany me to go and get. So we got 79 and 5/8 times 2. Alright. And this one we can cut our piece, I think it was 17. What do we got? Yeah, this would be 17. I didn't mark this one up. That's why. So, yeah, 17 and a half. 17 and a half. That's the stuff that can go to the bin with me. So I'm gonna take you guys on a trip to the bin. And because I only have one hand, I like to do things where I'm bringing stuff out, but I guess I'll just take what I can. You know what? I'll just take it later. Follow me. I'm gonna need the saw too. Just so I'm not like filming through people's houses, because I did ask for permission, but you never know. People might not want you doing that. So we're gonna set this guy up. This is all real time. And here we go. This is our cut station. So now I know I need 2 by 2x4s at 79 and 5/8. Pretty straight on this end. I'm gonna run this one because I noticed there's a twist at that. I'm gonna run this one. 5/8 times dose. Cut list is always the best way to do things. And I know I needed one at 38.7. Oh, look at that, perfect. Plus. I'm not going to mark these ones because they're the only giant ones that we need. So we'll just throw that, stack that on top of each other. This can go over. I need a 57 and 2 14 3/8. So this is split on this end. I'm literally going to cut that off, cut the split off, and measure for 14. And 3/8 right there. Now I gotta allow for the blade, so we're gonna go 14.5. That should give us the difference for the blade and for the backing. It's just backing anyway, so it's not a big deal. So this is for the towel bar. see how close that is. Look at this. Flush on this side. Just a little hair. Just a little hair. It's an identical piece. Literally like a 16th. Not even. Okay, so that's the backing. Backing's done. That's done. 57 is the only other piece I need, and it's not going to be this guy. We're going to cut it out of this guy. Because this is the wood that I have. I had somebody tell me this is the size I need, but I would have came with 8-footers instead of 10s. I don't know why they thought I needed 10s. I need 57. 57, this is backing. You know, I could, because it's backing, it doesn't need to be solid all the way up. I could literally just go with this and save myself chopping up this wood. That would be the most economical. Yeah, I think so. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to carry this through the house. With you guys, you can just watch me carry it through the house. What do we got? Sup, Jack? Y'all in the chat? Hi. I really can't chat with anyone when I'm so far away from the phone I can't see the chat. But everything's good. So the door's already kind of open. I just gotta give it a little push. Damn. There we go. Not gonna damage any walls because we're professional. Oh yeah, look at that. Hit nothing. Hit nothing. Back through. Back through. I'm gonna set the camera down first, so you're not gonna get a good view right away. Unless I change. Oh, there we go. Now you can see. Oh. Let's run out and get the saw of the pieces. Alright. We got the saw pieces here. Now, I'm going to set you guys right back up in the same place because this is the best place to see all the Texas. Right? Let's see if we can set up the camera a little better. So I'm going to start off with putting that blocking in right over here in the background. Let's start with that. So that's what these pieces were for. Right here. Boom, boom. First time on the job site. First time the new Flex cordless nailer. Oh, so good. Let's see how good it does. I'm gonna power it on by holding the power button. Boom. We're ready to go. Let's see here. Backing it right here. This other one. Align with that. Persuasion. So, I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a wire right here. So we're going to toenail it in instead of I'm going to shoot from the top. Toenail here. Perfect. Here. Move the wire. Alright, man. This thing just used the power. Okay. Moving on into this area. We basically got our piece. This is the 38? Oh no, that's the 57. Duh. I don't know why the stream ended. It's silly. Stream should never just automatically end whenever it feels like it. Here I am doing all this good work for you guys. So we're straightening this wall out a little bit. Yes, I'm putting a lot of nails. I'm going to need to invent some kind of a holder on my pouch to hold this thing. This behemoth. There it is. Tap this over. Nail it to the plate. Nail it again. And then, I don't know, it just keeps it. Oh my god. Stop. God. Stop. Stop. Acting my life while my fans are trying to watch stupid YouTube. Alright. So here we are. I'm going to set this up from here. Could be that it's hot in here. The phone doesn't like it. Let's put in all this backing. Alright, so I got a 57 that goes in here. This backing shit. Oh, I'm gonna have to rip that. And what I mean by ripped piece out of this. From here to right here. So you're going to see construction greatness at its finest right here. Like I gotta make that line from here to here. And now we gotta cut that. And this is how you should cut it. Not everybody should do this. If you don't know how to do it, don't do it. Well, the wood's binding the blade. See how it like pinched it? So here's what I'm gonna do. Open it, just put this nail in. It's gonna fall out. For now. Done. And that should fit in there nicely. This backing. Perfect. The backing was right there. A little bit of the pipe is in the way. So let's do this. Now you got a drywall backing for there. Perfect. Now I can throw in this stud. Or at least mark it to where it needs to go. Because I still have to nail. Super strong. See how it's not really on the plate? I'm just going to make sure that stud lines up nice. A little wider than the old stud. Yeah. Need more nails. Keeping the nails on the wrong side. I need them on the right and on the left side. else do we got? All our backing. Oh, I should have shot this in place too. Pretty sure this one's in here. Alright, I can use one of those other ones. 17 and a half. Goes in there. There we go. 17 and a half. Goes in that wall. And we got 22. We got 12 and 3/8. 22 and 3/8. 12 and 7. And 12 and 7 go. Oh, over here. So since you're probably not going to be able to see me, I gotta kind of move it over. Oh, perfect. These blocks fit. I just don't want to come.
What caliber are you using there?
Sound like I'm shooting guns in here?
This is something caliber, huh?
I'm just putting the backing in for the drywall. There we go.
Looks like you know what you're doing.
I've done it before, once or twice.
45 caliber, huh?
Huh?
45 caliber.
Almost. Look how tight those cuts are, eh? It's like they're supposed to go there. I probably could have made them not so tight.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Now one is going to be hard to pull in at the bottom. How are we going to do that? We're going to use our that. Pull it. Nice and tight. Now, to level it, boom, just like that.
Yeah.
Now I just gotta
That's a good framing gun.
cut these pieces. Should be 79 and 3/4. Yeah. 79 3/4. There, cut 2 more pieces. And some backing for in between. Look at that. The backing there, backing there, there. We should put one here. And I think I'm gonna use a piece of that I cut off. Reset this camera. So you guys can see. You see that piece there? Yeah. So, I can tell you, it is hot in this bathroom. Look at me, I'm glistening from sweat. The beauty of this is I can just shoot through the side of this in this small crevice. Again, I shouldn't be cutting these so tight. Shave a little bit off that. And this would be in the back room here. Look at that. Missed. Boom, boom. Right now. Alright, so basically, towel bar backing, drywall backing. Every corner should have drywall backing. It makes it much easier to do the board. Same thing here, drywall backing, drywall backing. We can't really put anything here because I can only put a block from here to here. So you know who's doing the drywall. Yours truly. I'm going to make marks, like for instance when I go and do the drywall. I'm just going to do this. Boom, boom, down there, see? That way I know that there's going to be a backing. And if I take a measurement, I can write the measurement right here. That looks like 12 inches. 12 inches. And I know that it'll be 12 inches in. Another thing I'll do is before I do the drywall, I'll take stuff like this. Look. And then I'll just put a mark. That's where the next stud is. Next stud. Same thing. Stud, 2 X's. Right? I know where the studs are. X marks the spot for all the backing. So we're not going to be doing any drywall today. But we're framing this in for the plumber. Whew, it is hot. Let me... That's good. Oh, that's pretty good. We can go from there. Let's close this door so we can limit the noise. So you need stud here. Stud here. What I'm going to do is we're going to measure between ends. 16.5 back. 31 1/4 forwards. So I say back, meaning the X back. 31 1/4 X on this side. 16.5 and X on that side. Now, square that off. You can see the X. Boom. Now I know the plumber's going to need some backing to put his pipes. So now I can measure between those pieces. And we got 14 3/4. 3/4. So you got that 2x6 up there. We'll put one here and we'll put one somewhere here for them to like screw into place wherever they need it. So I need 2 more studs, 79 and 3/4, and then 2 pieces of back at 14 and 3/8. So just in case you can't see where those X's are, one here and one here. This way, you know where it's going. I'm going to write that down on my list here. 14 3/4 times 2 and 79 and 3/4 times 2. So we need 4 pieces. Let's go get those 4 pieces. Bring the saw. Wander our way outside where it's not so hot. All right. Best part of the day is going to be that the moment I am done framing, I am done here. Well, I got to take the glass off. I don't want to do it. Here we are. Here we are. Will you be able to see there? Perfect. All right. Got our last few pieces. 3x6. 14 and 3/4. Whoa, what am I doing here? 14 and 3/4. That's 28. I just do it like this because I can add the 16th. 3/4. $79 and 3/4. Okay, there's 2 studs and all the pieces. I'm gonna walk this stuff inside with the saw. come right back to get you guys. Alright, so I got all this stuff inside. I'm gonna grab something. The coconut oil. What's it say? What the F? Sorry, my bad. What do you got on here? But the walls are a joke. We made ours with a meter of concrete. Well, it depends on what country you're in, I guess. You're using concrete to build walls. Sup, Jack? Sup, everyone? 2-4. When I used to drink, maybe. Speaking of drinking, I definitely need some water right about now. That bathroom is like a sauna, I swear. My dog's outside crying and he's in the breeze. I'm in the sauna making money to feed that gorgeous thing. It's a good thing I came back to Calgary because it was like basically out of water, and I don't drink tap water. I drink the water I make. Oh. What else have we got? Carrie Murphy says hi. Natalie says hi. What's that saying? Sorry, my bad, bud. What's going on? I'm trying to remove anything. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, whew, I came out to get my little oscillating saw. It makes it easier to cut. Did I bring all the pieces for that? I guess we're gonna have to find out. Did I bring all the pieces? Let me use this ladder to get in the truck. I usually have a milk crate, but I brought the ladder in case I needed it for something in Strathmore. Let's climb the corporate ladder. Oh, it's gonna be so good to take a shower and be at home. And the contractor's blue. What do we got in the tickle trunk here? Oscillating blades. There they are. Bam. Where's that oscillating tool? Bam. Since we don't need the whole pack of blades, we're just going to take out the one we need, which is that guy. That guy. Throw that in there. Look at the beauty of this flex tool. Watch, I can load it with one hand. Just put that piece on, right, and then flip that open and it closes, locks on there. Beautiful. Let's climb down the corporate ladder. I'm gonna adjust this better though. I'm gonna be cutting the drywall on the pocket door, so we need it at that angle. That's my guess. Let's take this amazing tool in there. What time is it? I don't even know. Where are we at? Almost 6 o'clock, huh? So in an hour and 15 minutes, I've done all that work using flax. People think I'm crazy because I'm fucking myself. Maybe I am. I don't know. I look a little crazy. Back into the dungeon. So, you guys are following me around for everything. We got it all underway, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's, I don't know what's the better way to throw in these studs. Should I? Can you see? What are we looking at here? Okay, yeah, we see what we're framing up here. So stud one. No, not that. Not me. This. Don't look at me. My eyes are up here. So I'm just crowning it. Pretty straight. I usually buy straight wood. Oh, it's nice and tight. It's beautiful. It's like I knew what I was doing. I don't know how this works. You know? Framing gun, can I fit? Oh, it does. It grab the last. Just barely had enough. I'm gonna have to toenail. Now you're probably wondering, do you really need 4 nails, 5 nails? Well, when I build something, it doesn't come apart easy. I'll tell you that right now. So, look at our line. See that? Line. Perfectly on the line. Now we're going to do the same thing down there. But first, we're going to do all the top end work. I'll tell you, if there's coconut oil in here, it'd be melting for sure. Keyword, what's your safe word? Coconut oil. And these blocks should fit perfectly as backing in between here. Go over the line. What I'm going to do, I'm going to nail that in place. I'm not going to nail the block, I'm just going to use it as a spacer. As a spacer, when the plumber comes by, it's just going to be, oh my god, who put this in here? It's so amazing. Block's about to smack me in the head as I knock that stud over. say the flex in the winter is crazy good. Only thing is a little heavy. It is. It's a bit on the heavy side. Put a couple minutes of this one. So I guess. And there you have it. Now the thing is nicely framed. So the block ready for the plumber that can sit there to mount his shower stuff to. Another one for the top to do the exact same thing. Mount his shower stuff to. There you have it. We framed it in, put in our backing over there, reinforced the end of the wall, which should have been a double stud in the first place. Did some overkill, extra stud on that wall, didn't need it, but we had wood here already. Now, we just gotta cut this out and take this trim off. So, that's what I brought the oscillator for. So let's get in here with first what you should do when you're doing this always take a knife, scribe down the back of your trim. And you can do this on the face. Just because we're going to be pulling this thing off. In order to stop damaging the drywall. That's the whole point of that. And then take your flat bar, shove it in behind. I think I have 2 flat bars. So I can pry forward. And see how this one has a hook on it right here? Please do this. Work your way down. Because we're trying to save this trim. This side, right off. There we go, nice piece of trim, ready to go. Let's take this top one off. Nice and clean. Now, the cool thing about these flat bars is sometimes those nails don't come all the way out with the board and you get something like this, right? So look at this flat bar, it's got a nail puller right on it. Right? You just hook it over and then you pry it off. You're not even damaging any drywall, doing it. Just some pin nails. And you can go all the way up. Now the surface is prepared for whoever's doing the trim, for whoever's doing any of the work. There, now that surface is clean. Oh look, we got something in my eye. Good thing I have this mirror called YouTube. Now, I'm going to cut that top surface of drywall off, remove that. So, I'm just going to use this piece of wood to scribe my line. And did I set the oscillator up in the right? I don't really need the framing in there anymore, so you can pop that battery out into this guy. See how much power it used? Almost a million. Better than a sawzall. Look, that's just one finger. I might have to pull hard with that one finger. One piece gone. Into the bin, that's gonna go. What we got left? Drywall screws, which I don't have any. I didn't bring in the Phillips bit for that, so guess how those are going to come out with the baby bar. Done. Oh, that's what I heard. I had some popping over here, but the other bathroom's on the other side, so somebody's using it right now. So there you have it. What the fuck, bro, is hacking your... Who is hacking your FR? I don't know what FR is. So here we are. Drywall removed, backing put in, walls framed up. We're gonna remove this guy, but I'm not gonna film that because I only have 2 hands.